As everyone knows, California is one of the most unfriendly states when it comes to being a gun owner. They do not like you defending yourself. They do not like you owning a firearm. In California, it is a stand your ground state, but however, it is in name only, because as many of you know, especially people that are, highly interested in guns, California does not care what you do with your firearm. You will be arrested when you use it. It's just a fact of being in California. And now here we have Democrats trying to make it even harder to own a firearm in California, and especially defend yourself with said firearm. What is the goal of this? Well, if I had to assume, the goal would be to limit your ability to defend yourself and to limit your access to firearms. So we have this from the Gateway Pundit. People outraged after California Democrat introduces bill that criminalizes self-defense. AB 1333 limits homeowners' right to defend self, family, and home from intruder. So this is a new bill introduced by Rick Chavez Zbur. I don't know if I said that name correctly. Don't really care, because this guy doesn't want me to be able to defend myself, so he can go F himself. California is currently a stand your ground state. However, a Democrat assemblyman just introduced a bill that would criminalize self-defense. California Assemblyman and Democrat Caucus Chair Rich Chavez Zbur introduced AB 1333, which seeks to limit a homeowner's right to defend their family and home from an intruder. This Democrat lunatic wants to limit a homeowner's right to defend themselves from a dangerous intruder. More than anything else, this is an attack on the Second Amendment. Completely agreed. You, as an American, should have the Second Amendment. You have the right to defend yourself and your family. And if someone wants to break into your home, you don't know the extent in which they are there. You don't know if they're just there to take your stuff. You don't know if they're there to harm you. You don't know if they're there to end your life. Regardless of that, let's say they're just there to take a couple things. You do not have the right to take anything from me. And because you have threatened my life, you have forfeited your own. That is exactly how it works. That's how it should work in every state. And you know what that would do? That would drastically reduce crime. If criminals knew that by entering your home there was a chance that they would not be breathing the next day, there would be a lot less people breaking into houses. But with bills like this being introduced, crime is going to go way up, because what's going to happen? Someone's going to break into your home. You're going to defend yourself, whether they live or not. You're going to be arrested. You're going to be arrested and charged for defending yourself. That's absolutely egregious, and that's only going to make crime worse. This bill would eliminate certain circumstances under which homicide is justifiable, including, among others, in defense of a habitation or property. The bill would additionally clarify circumstances in which homicide is not justifiable, including, among others, when a person uses more force than necessary to defend against a danger, according to California legislative information. So again, if someone breaks into my home or aggresses upon me, you have forfeited your life. That is how that works. I don't know the extent in which you're willing to go to fight or attack me, so I'm going to assume you're there to end my life. And if you're there to end my life, you have forfeited your own. That is exactly how it works. And if you aggress upon someone, that's what you should assume. You should assume they're going to defend their life by any means necessary, because that you aggressed upon them. You broke into their house, or you're trying to steal their stuff. Regardless of how that works, it's absolutely ridiculous. California is showing yet again why everyone hates this state. I love living in California, but crap like this just really makes me want to leave as soon as I can. So, and that's exactly why you should like and subscribe to the channel. That way I could start making money and maybe move out of this state. But this is egregious. This is absolutely insane, and this is only going to make more victims out of people. By expanding the scope of the program, by expanding the scope of the crime of homicide, this would create a state-mandated local program. Rick Zbur tried to defend himself after people were outraged by his proposal. Zbur defamed Kyle Rittenhouse as he tried to bat down critics. AB 1333 AB 1333 was never intended to limit a crime victim's right to defend yourself, your family, or home. The goal is to prevent wannabe vigilantes like Kyle Rittenhouse from provoking violence and claiming self-defense after the fact. We will amend the bill to make this crystal clear. again, like they stated in this article, he is defaming Kyle Rittenhouse in this statement. Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. If you don't know about Kyle Rittenhouse, he defended himself from rioters after they tried to chase him. If you chase a man with an AR, if a guy has an AR-15 and you decide to chase him, one of the individuals grabbing the barrel of his rifle, another one hitting him over the head with a skateboard, and the third raising another firearm to him, you should assume that guy is going to defend himself by any means necessary. And Kyle Rittenhouse is often commended on his trigger discipline because he only hit and targeted the people directly threatening him. So Kyle Rittenhouse is completely justified, and to use this as an example for why you want to prevent wannabe vigilantes is disgusting. Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. He defended himself, as an American should, with the Second Amendment. So it's absolutely disgusting to see this from an assemblyman, but I would expect nothing less from a California politician. And we have this from Zabur on Twitter, or X as it's now called. AB 1333 was never intended to limit a crime victim's right to defend yourself, your family, or home. The goal is to prevent wannabe vigilantes like Kyle Rittenhouse from provoking violence and claiming self-defense after the fact. We will amend the bill to make this crystal clear. So, and then looks like they got community noted. Assembly member Zabur introduced that bill when he explicitly intended to limit the right to defend their home. This bill would eliminate certain circumstances under which homicide is justifiable, including, among others, in defense of a habitation or property. That is absolutely wild. So, people in California, listen up. Someone breaks into your home. You defend yourself and your family. California is trying to now make that illegal, which would then flip the table on you. Someone breaks into your home and you defend yourself accordingly, you're now the criminal. You are now a criminal according to California. That's what they're trying to do here. Absolutely disgusting. This guy should be removed from office. This is unconstitutional by every means possible. Republican California Assemblyman David Tangapa? I don't know how to say that. It's an interesting last name. Blasted Zabur's insane proposed legislation. How do you know if a robber or burglar is intending to kill? David Tangapa said on the Ray Appleton show audio. So let's listen to this audio here. You should feel safe in your own home. I will keep calling out California crazy like AB 1333. So let's listen to this.
So what AB 1333 does is it shifts the burden of and changes the definition of homicide to where if somebody breaks into your house, if they don't intend to kill you, you cannot use deadly force to defend yourself. Mm-hmm. But the question that comes up is, how do you know if a robber or a burglar is intending to kill you? And if they have a bat and you have a gun, do you have to wait for them to hit you prior to you using deadly force? Because if you use that too early, what it does is it gives the government an opportunity, local DAs and the state attorney general, to go after the homeowner and say, well, you could have ran away. You could have jumped out the window. That person only had a bat and you had a gun and you overly used deadly force for something when that person was just there to steal your car. Well, I'm sorry. There is no other place that should be safer for anybody than their own homes. And not only that, this is a direct step on the Second Amendment. If you cannot feel safe in your own home, if somebody enters your own home, it is your God-given right to self-defense that you should take all necessary actions to protect yourself, your family, and you should do whatever you need to.
I completely agree with this politician here. This is a Republican, this is a Republican California Assemblyman, David Tangapa. So that was a clip from him, and I completely agree. At what point do you have the right to defend yourself in your own home? He brings up a valid point. Do I have to wait for them to strike me? Do I have to wait till they pull the trigger on me? What would justify me defending my own home? Now, there's places, I believe, in New York or New Jersey where they have the duty to retreat laws. So if someone breaks into your home, you are not allowed to defend yourself. You have a duty to retreat if possible, and you can only defend yourself if backed into a corner. That is basically what California is inching towards, and it's disgusting. If someone breaks into my home, whether they're only there to steal my car or steal, my wealth or whatever, that is a direct threat to my life. If I'm someone who lives paycheck to paycheck and this individual is there to steal my car, how am I going to get to work the next week? You are directly affecting my life and possibly putting me out on the streets because I won't be able to make it to work. So regardless of what your intentions are, you break into my home, you have forfeited your right to live. And that should be across all the board, all the states, everywhere. Because if you break into someone's home, you are directly affecting their life, and it could be affected in drastic ways. It doesn't matter if you're there to hurt them or kill them, or if you're just there to steal some stuff. You are directly affecting their life, and it could be in a drastic manner, and you should have the right to defend that. This is absolutely disgusting. I hope this bill gets shot down and gets thrown into oblivion. People were outraged over this bill. There's all kinds of tweets. I'm sure a lot of them are saying what I've been saying. I look forward to testifying against this bill. I'll see you in California. That's Kyle Rittenhouse. I would love to see that. If Kyle Rittenhouse comes and testifies against this, I will be playing clips of that. Assemblyman Burt, you can amend your anti-self-defense bill by deleting it completely. No, seriously. We don't need an amendment. Drop this bill, you utter lunatic. Yeah, no, this is insane. This is absolutely insane, but as I said earlier in this video, I am not surprised by California and their absolutely heinous laws that they decide to create against the Second Amendment. They clearly do not want you defending yourself or your family, and it's absolutely disgusting. But let other people know, share this video. The only way this bill and other bills like this get shot down is when we make our voice heard. Right now, I am doing that. I'm doing my part to make my voice heard. Share this video with people you know in California. Make sure they know that California is trying to prevent them from defending their family and their home. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Look out for more videos throughout the day. I'll be live streaming at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard. And thank you guys very much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.